And welcome into this week's MLB Power Rankings stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for giving us a little bit of your time here on this Sunday afternoon. Once again, if you're watching on the replay, once again, let us know your thoughts on our rankings, the good or the bad. We'd like to hear them all. But welcome in. We had Aggie coming in saying hi already. What's up, Aggie? Welcome in. We'll wait a couple minutes to see if anybody else hops in to say hello. But once again, how is everybody doing on this Sunday afternoon? Or depending on where you are, it might be Sunday morning. All right. I just wanted to give a couple seconds there to see if anybody was going to hop into the chat. Nothing going on, so we will just get into this week's power rankings. Coming in at number 30, as always, the Oakland A's. Once again, I'm calling them the Oakland A's until they officially move to Vegas. It just makes it easier on my end to keep things in line here. But 50 and 80 on the year. Yo, Bam, what's up? Bam's Phillies are hot right now. We'll see where the Phillies end up. But yeah, the A's 3-7 over their last 10. Definitely struggling. One more with Houston, 3 with Minnesota, and then 3 with Baltimore next weekend. Oh, Bam checking out both sides, is he? It doesn't tell me. Lamar's here. Welcome in, Lamar. Let us know where you think your Pirates will end up, Lamar. Welcome in as well. I try to do these every Sunday at noon. We've missed a couple here throughout the year, but this year we've definitely gotten back to the power ranking streams. But let's keep climbing here. We'll take another break when we get to about 25 or so, or if the chat gets busier. Coming in at number 29, the Colorado Rockies. Right now they are struggling. 4-6 over their last 10. Yeah, Bam says the A's look like a real threat in the AL West early in the season. Terrible fall off. I believe injuries. Injuries is what did it. Tom Fisher, what's up, Tom? Saying 13. 13-ish. Pittsburgh is 13-ish. We'll see if Tom's right. Miss Gina's here as well. What's up, Miss Gina? Yeah, one more with Cleveland here. Then 4 with Washington and 3 next weekend with Atlanta. So things not getting any easier for the Rockies. Time to think, because pitching out there in that Colorado is why they are so bad in pitching. But look at their offense. Now, their offense is being helped by playing out there as well now. 7th overall, but coming in at 28, the San Francisco Giants, 3-7 over their last 10 as well. Very disappointing team this year. Not sure if DK's here. But his Giants, not a good year. 25 games below. One more with Boston. Boston with the come from behind walk-off win last night. San Francisco led that game 2-0 going to the bottom of the 9th, and they lost. But one more with Boston, 3 with Cincinnati, and then a 4-game series next weekend with Arizona. Tough strength of schedule left for San Francisco. Opponent's average is winning percentage is .521 the rest of the way, so not easy. Coming in at number 27, the Angels. They have a fairly easy schedule on paper, but I don't expect them to make any sort of run, being 26 games below 500. 6-4 over their last 10, though, so playing a little bit better. One more with Texas, 3 with Cleveland, and then a 3-game set with the Phillies next weekend. Those games are in LA. But yeah, we have the Angels as the worst ranked offense in baseball, where they're 11th in pitching. Coming in at number 26, a very disappointing team this year. Even though they're 8-2 over their last 10, playing much better here. 17 games below 500. Middle of the pack on their remaining strength of schedule. One more with Detroit, then an off day, and 3 with Toronto, and 3 with Cleveland next weekend. But we'll get to number 25, then we'll check the poll in the chat there. The Reds have an F schedule. Look at opponents' winning percentage the rest of the way, 561. So you take San Francisco out of that mix, and it's even worse. But one more with Arizona here before that San Francisco series, then the Cubs series next weekend. The Reds right now 26-26. What a disappointment. After making the playoffs last year, I think technically most teams are still in it. The Reds here are still 8 games back of a wild card spot. So, but hey, with a series coming up with San Francisco, maybe they can trim that down a little bit, and we'll check to see where they are at next weekend. We'll come over to the poll. We'll see where we're at. 8 votes in the poll. Who will be number 1 this week on the big side? It's 50% for the Brewers and 25% each for the Dodgers and someone else. How about the vertical side? We have 2 votes, and they're both for the Brewers. Oop. All right, let's come back in. Let's climb up to number 20 here. The chat is getting quieter and quieter on these Sunday streams. The Mets coming in at number 24, 6-4 over their last 10, playing much better since the trade deadline. One more with the Sox today. The Mets going for the series win there. But then some real tough games here coming up. The Mets are home, but they have Milwaukee and Houston coming up. Sir Charles is here. What is up, Charles Adderley? No, it's the YouTube thing, Miss Gina. They think they're translating languages. It's all YouTube. YouTube changes stuff in the chat. I got to see if there's a way to turn that off. Hopefully it stopped raining down there in Paradise, Charles. But yeah, our Mets, one more. Still 11 games out of a wild card spot. Still, I know this team's not making the playoffs, but once again, climb up a couple spots, right? Move ahead of Washington. Move up ahead of, let's see who else is there. Cincinnati. Start moving ahead of some of these teams. Cincinnati, the Nationals, the Pirates. The Mets are all within 3.5 games of those 3 teams. So very hot now, says Charles. Yeah, it kept putting something about a nativity scene, right? So we'll keep an eye on the Mets once again. And we'll be live today for the Mets and Sox game at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Coming in at number 23, the Seattle Mariners right now. Seattle, because they're in the American League, still fighting for a wild card spot. Let's see where they are officially at here as well. They are 8th in the wild card standings, but they're only 2 games back. But they have the Orioles, the Twins, Blue Jays, and Guardians and Rangers ahead of them for the last spot. So, but they're playing much better here, 6-4 over their last 10. On paper, easy schedule, but tough this week. One more with the Cubs, 3 with the Phillies, 3 with Toronto. Toronto, one of the teams they're fighting with as well. So coming in at number 22, those Toronto Blue Jays, 6-4 over their last 10 as well. Fairly easy schedule on paper as well. One more with the Yankees, though. 3 with Kansas City, and then 3 with Seattle next weekend. Those are all in Toronto, where Toronto is a half game out of the last wild card spot. The Yankees and Red Sox pretty much have a nice hold on those first 2 spots. The Yankees have a 9.5 game lead, and the Red Sox are a 6.5 game lead. So I think a bunch of these teams are fighting for one spot. Coming in at number 21, the Minnesota Twins. Once again, another one of those teams right in the mix. 63 and 67. They're probably not too far out of their division as well. Minnesota is 1 game out of a wild card spot. But in their division, Minnesota's 4.5 back, even though they're 4 games under 500. So the Mets are helping the American League Central teams out by so far splitting that series. Mets should have won both games. Had a 4-0 lead in game 1 and lost. Thank you, Miss Gina, for letting everybody know to hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing. All right, let's keep climbing here. Let's get into the top 20 teams. And we'll keep an eye on the chat. Tom so far gave his only prediction for his Pirates. Coming in at number 20, the Texas Rangers. 2 games under 500, but fighting for a playoff spot. Not only for a wild card spot, let's check the division. The American League is weak. Texas right now is in the last wild card spot. And in their division, they are 1 game out. 2 games below 500, and they are 1 game out of their division lead. So one more with the Angels today. Then they have a series with the Sox and Brewers. So that'll be some tough matchups for them. The Baltimore Orioles right now, 63 and 67. One more with Tampa Bay. Right now, Baltimore's got Tampa Bay's number right now. They keep beating them. St. Louis. Then they have a 3-game set with St. Louis. And then they go to Sacramento to face the A's. So we'll see where Baltimore stands come next weekend as well. Right now they're dead last in the American League East, 13.5 back. But Baltimore is officially 1 game back of the wild card standings. 1 game back. Their offense and pitching are right there at 22nd in both categories. So a little worse than mid league. Coming in at number 18, the Houston Astros, leading their division with a 65 and 65 record. They have 1 more with the A's, then 3 with the Yankees, 3 with the Mets. So New York can play spoiler to Houston. Right now, they're 16th on offense, but they are 4th in home runs. They are 4th in home runs. Oh, let me go back and look to see where our Mets are at with home runs. I believe they're top 10. They are. The Mets are 9th in home runs. Without Pete Alonso. All right, that was Houston. Let's keep climbing here, everybody. Once again, let us know your thoughts. Bam says Jordan doing a lot of work for Houston. The Washington Nationals right now, 2-8 over their last 10. This team is struggling right now. They are still number one team on offense, but 29th in pitching. First in runs, first in home runs, first in stolen bases, but 27th, 25th or worse in every pitching category. One more with Miami, 4 with Colorado, and then another 3-game set with Miami as well. But the Nationals, let's check in on the Nationals. So once again, because of that 2-8 record, they have started the fall. Miami has passed them in the standings. And Washington, once again, now 9.5 back in the wild card. So they are struggling. The Mets are only a game and a half behind the Nationals to move up a spot in the division. If you haven't already, make sure you vote in the poll as well. We have 11 votes on the big side. Let's check over on the vertical side. We have 3 votes. All right, let's keep climbing. We are to the midway point here. Coming in at number 16, the Cleveland Guardians. 6-4 over their last 10. Fairly easy schedule left on paper. 3 with the Angels, who are playing better as of late. The Royals are playing better as of late as well. So just because the records are not good doesn't mean it'll be easy wins. Just ask the White Sox. Just ask the Padres and White Sox about playing the Mets. The Mets have won 3 out of the 5 games so far against those 2 teams. Let's see where Cleveland is right now. Cleveland right now is technically tied for the last wild card spot with the Rangers, but the standings have the Rangers ahead. So there must be a tie break there, but Cleveland only 3.5 out of their division. So JG says Philly's going to be in top 5, right? Well, it's not based off of recent. It's based off the season so far. Bam saying 7-9. I don't think the Phillies will definitely be top 10. They won't be top. They definitely won't be top 5. But let's get into the top tier of the league here. Coming in at number 15, the Pittsburgh Pirates, 63-68, 5-5 over their last 10. Right now facing the Dodgers. They have the Padres, the Cardinals. So it's tough opponents coming up. Once again, depending on matchups and how these teams start faring. Not that our Mets are going to make a playoff run, but they can start moving up in the standings as well. So tough schedule coming up here for the Pirates. They are second on offense. Pitching. Pittsburgh is known for their pitching, and it's let them down this year. With that second ranked offense, could you imagine if they had the pitching? Ooh. But once again, tough swing here with the Dodgers and Padres and Cardinals. So we'll see where Pittsburgh probably will not be in the top 15 next week. Just play baseball, right, Miss Gina? That's exactly what we're getting. Coming in at number 14, the St. Louis Cardinals. Once again, this is probably either them or the White Sox are my 2 biggest surprise teams this year. I thought both those teams were going to be terrible, and both of them right now fighting for playoff spots. Not only the White Sox were their division lead, but the Cardinals here. Let's see where the Cardinals are at. Cardinals 15.5 back in the division, but the Cardinals are only 4.5 back of a wild card spot. On paper, their schedule's fairly easy. One more with the Phillies. That's not easy. Baltimore's not going to be easy. Pittsburgh, depending on pitching matchups, that's not going to be easy either. Mets were 24th. I had the Mets at 24th. Mets were 24. He had them at 21. Coming in at number 13 this week, the Miami Marlins. Look at F on the remaining strength of schedule, but right now 5-5 over their last 10. Then one more with Washington, 3 with Boston, and another 3-game weekend series with Washington next weekend. Miami traded away pieces, and they are staying here in the top 15. Once again, another team we'll look at where they're at in the wild card standings. They're only 4 games back. They've won 2 in a row. Hey, Dr. Delay is here. What's up? He says, like number Terry Bradshaw. You know, if somebody would ask me, I don't know what number Terry Bradshaw was. Pittsburgh, your Pirates at 15. Dr. Delay, what do you think? Tom was here. Tom thought number 13. He said 13-ish, so 15. 15's right there. But guys, make sure you check out Dr. Delay. Does a great job of covering the Pirates. We'll mix in some other games now as well, especially teams that are fighting for playoff spots. Pittsburgh Steelers coverage coming up. Not sure if he covers a college football team or not. But plenty of football content coming up there from Dr. Delay. But let's keep going here. We did St. Louis. We did Miami. Let's get to number 12 here. The Arizona Diamondbacks, a little bit struggling as of late, 4-6 over their last 10. But 68-62. They got the whole Ketel Marte situation going on. I'm not going to comment on it because I did not even look into it. I know he was away from the team. I don't know if he's back with the team yet. But one more with Cincinnati, then 3 with the Cubs, and 3 with San Francisco. 4 with San Francisco. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be a 5-game series with San Francisco. Oh, number 12. Number 12. Yeah, just a frustrating ending to a once promising season. Yeah, that was us Met fans last year. But Arizona, yeah, struggling. 4-6. Right there, middle of the pack on offense for Arizona. Excuse me for that. But pitching's been their problem. They are 25th. They do not strike a lot of people out. They give up a lot of hits. They're giving up a lot of home runs. But let's get to number 11 here, and then we'll start looking at the top 10. Pirates can still go on a run. A bit of time left, says Bam. Number 11, the Detroit Tigers, 2-8 over their last 10, so struggling here as well. One more with Kansas City, 3 with Tampa Bay, 3 with the Dodgers next weekend. But once again, an American League team, so even though they're 7 games below 500, they are not out of it. Right now, Detroit is 2.5 games back in the wild card standings. And they are 6 back in the division. So definitely not out of it yet. But they got to turn that 2-8 around here. All right, let's start getting into the top 10, everybody. JG says the teams that will fall short of a playoff spot are the D-backs, Marlins, Cardinals, Pirates in the National Leagues. Tigers are baffling. Plus 80-ish run differential and a losing record. Let's get into the top 10. Jake? Almost every American League team is in the wild card aside from the Royals and Angels. Yeah, that would have been easier for me to say, right? Instead of going through all the teams. Kansas City is 7.5 back. So not out of it, but the Angels and A's, yeah, 12 and 14. 12 and 14 back. But what's up, Jake? All right, let's get into this week's top 10, everybody. Once again, we'll be live this afternoon at 2 o'clock. For Mets and White Sox. Mets and White Sox. Nolan McLean on the mountain today for our Mets. All right, coming in at number 10. How are they this high? Probably words try them. Probably because of their run differential. Probably would be my guess. I do factor in run differential into my rankings. And where did he say it was here somewhere? And Bam said the Tigers are baffling. They're plus 80 in run differential. So they completely outscored their opponents, but they're 7 games below 500. Coming in at number 10, the San Diego Padres, 7-3 over their last 10. I do not know how they are doing this series. They've won 2 in a row. They lost 2 out of 3 to our Mets, but they've won 2 in a row since. They have a 2-game lead over the Diamondbacks for the last spot. They're in the National League wild card, and they are 9 back in the division, so not mathematically out of it, but getting to be that way. San Diego struggling on offense. They're 20th. They get on base. They're stealing bags when they get on. They're 6 in stolen bases. But 1 with Minnesota, 3 with Pittsburgh, 3 with Tampa Bay. So all these teams that are fighting with each other are going to be playing each other here. The Chicago White Sox right now, 1 more with our Mets today. 5-5 over their last 10. Still 5 games above 500. Still leading the American League Central. On paper, they have one of the easiest schedules remaining. 13th on offense. And I think their offense is with getting to watch them this series. I haven't been able to watch much of the White Sox this year. But with the American League being so weak, man, their bats. All of a sudden, game 1 of this series, they were down 4-0. They hit back-to-back-to-back home runs. They walk it off with a 2-run shot. They are never out of a game. Agree. I think run differential is a tell on how good a baseball team actually is. The Tigers have been extremely unlucky. It implies they win big and lose close. Coming in at number 8, the Philadelphia Phillies, 8-2 over their last 10. 14 games above 500. And yes, like JG says, the Phils are rapidly catching up to the Braves. Imagine the Phillies didn't go into that slump. They got to within 2 games, and then it fell back down. And now it's back to what, 3? Man, if they didn't go into that little skid there, they could be in the lead in that division. But 1 more with St. Louis. Then they go out west for Seattle for 3, the Angels for 3, and I'm not sure what they have after that. Bam says, "Hey, I was right on." Yes, you were. So a little West Coast trip, Bam. Is it just a 6-game trip or is it a 9-game trip? Yeah, Bam says we'd probably be up 4-5 on the Braves. Aggie says the Cubs felt that way 2 weeks ago. All right, let's keep climbing. Once again, welcome in everybody. A lot of new names today. I like it. I'm seeing it in the chat today. Appreciate you all being here. A bit of disrespect there. They should be 7 at least. How is that disrespect that they're 8th? Tell me, JG, please tell me. When the Philly fan that's a mod on my channel thought they'd be 8. So please let me know. 9-game road trip. You have Arizona too. Thank you, Bam. Tampa Bay coming in at number 7 right now, still leading the division, but 3-7 over their last 10, so struggling a little bit here. I believe the Yankees are starting to catch back up. The Yankees are only 3 back. Boston's only 6 back. Right? Yeah. Exactly. It's just I don't. It's a formula. I don't argue. I don't argue with the numbers. I do go in and look when something looks way off base. I do go in and look to see why it's way off base. And I like Detroit. Detroit, you guys let me know in the chat so I didn't have to go back and look. Detroit's below 500, but they've outscored their opponents by 80 runs. So, coming in at number 6, even though they're behind them in the standings, the Boston Red Sox right now. Boston, another great win last night for the Red Sox. They are 9th on offense, 3rd in pitching. Before they were in game 4 or 5 on that 15-game winning streak. And I said, if this team's offense can come around, look out, because they have the pitching. Even without Crochet, they are 3rd in baseball. They are 3rd in baseball in pitching, 9th on offense. 1 more with San Francisco, 3 with Miami, 3 with the Yankees. Oh, man, some good games coming up here. Jake says the Rays have fallen off a little bit. I think the Sox and Yankees are going to catch up to them. And in the power rankings, which is not based off of wins and losses, they're ahead of them. Both teams are ahead of the Rays already. So, but let's get to number 5. Number 5, the Chicago Cubs, 4-6 over their last 10. Tough remaining strength of schedule. 1 more with Seattle, 3 with Arizona, 3 with Cincinnati. Is today the Little League World Series game? And who is it? It's the Braves, right? I think it's the Braves and somebody. But coming in at number 5, the Chicago Cubs. All right, let me keep looking here. Oh, Alex, we have Alex here. What did Alex say? My first time I'm here. Great watch so far. Go Red Sox. What's up, Alex? Welcome in. Yeah, your Red Sox are hot right now. All right. Yep, Braves and Brewers. All right, let's keep climbing up to the number 1 spot here. Once we get to number 3, we'll see what the poll says. The Yankees coming in at number 4, 6-4 over their last 10 as well. Still, man, the Yankees are still 4th in baseball. No Judge. Now there was a big injury yesterday too for the Yankees. Who was it? Forget who it was. But one more with Toronto, 3 with Houston, 3 with Boston. So tough matchups coming up for the Yankees. If somebody could let me know who it was from the Yankees that got hurt. Ryan Weathers went down. One of their better pitchers this year. Thank you, Jake. I should start taking notes. Instead of trying to remember all this stuff. All right, let's get to number 3, and then we'll look at the poll. Stanton's been hurt all year. Yeah, it was Weathers. Weathers just went down. Coming in at number 3, the Atlanta Braves, even though they are 3-7 over their last 10. One more with Milwaukee, then 3 with the Dodgers, 3 with the Rockies. So we'll see. We'll see if Atlanta's still at number 3 here. Coming up. But once again, the Phillies are only 3 back as well. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the poll. On the big side, 17 votes, 65% are saying Milwaukee, and 18% are saying the Dodgers, and 18% are saying someone else. But they didn't say who it was. On the vertical side, we have 4 votes, and it was 3 votes for the Brewers, so 75%. 0 votes for the Dodgers, and 1 for someone else. All right, so let's get into the number 2 spot. Coming in at number 2, the Los Angeles Dodgers. 7-3 over their last 10. On paper, an easy schedule the rest of the way, even though they have Atlanta coming up this week. The Dodgers 4-4 over their overall on offense and pitching. Now I saw they just had an injury as well. I believe Andy Pages, their center fielder's hurt, gonna miss most of the rest of the regular season. From the timetable, it looks like he should be back in time for the playoffs. But we'll keep an eye on the Dodgers and Braves to see if those two teams either swap spots or if one of them can catch back up to the number 1 team, the Milwaukee Brewers here. Milwaukee 81-49 on the year, 7-3 over their last 10. My question is, with Milwaukee, do they have the pitching to go far into the playoffs? 1 more with Atlanta, then 3 with our Mets, and 3 with Texas. Thank you, as always, to Charles and Miss Gina for both being here, my 2 lead mods. We appreciate you guys always being here. So, yeah, Milwaukee coming in at 81-49. So, but tough schedule left. D+ rating there. But yeah, let us know your guys' thought. Let me know your thoughts on our rankings. Once again, whether they're wrong or right. Somebody said too, I think it was Bam who said, I put the numbers into a formula, it spits them out. I don't argue with the numbers. But awesome stuff. Once again, I will be live at 2 o'clock Eastern time for Mets and White Sox. So come out and join us for that. Dr. Delay's got some streams coming up as well. I'm sure he'll have the Pirates game today against the Dodgers. He's going to have plenty of football coming up as well. He's a big supporter of ours, so we always want to make sure we support him as well. There's other streamers out there. Play-by-play with JJ does the Phillies. Thomas Fitzpatrick does the Red Sox. District Nation does the Nationals. CH does the Dodgers. On the Go with CeeLo does the Braves. So a big group of streamers here that all support each other. Who else we got? Sinbin does a lot of baseball, but focuses in on the Toronto Blue Jays. Dr. Delay, there he is. Yes, sir. 4:10 first pitch. Tom said I had a suspicion that the Brewers would win. I think that's 3 straight weeks, I think, for the Brewers. 3 straight, I think. I should. That's something I can write down. Once a team is ranked, we will see how many weeks they've been at that rank. Streak. Rank streak. All right, everybody. Thank you all once again. I'm going to see if there's anybody live streaming right now that we can redirect to. If not, make sure you support some other streamers. Redirect. Nope. Not as of right now, so no redirect today. So awesome stuff, everybody. Once again, I will be live at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Dr. Delay at 4 o'clock Eastern Time with the Pirates. And we will see you all next time.